Thank you, Blue, for posting this reflections of the first quarterly cycle of ABC subcommittee meetings. Pretty crazy to feel like we're already getting to the end. Did some good reflection while reading that and got some some good times and definitely some things to improve for next cycles. I saw you got some good engagement with the post already. I need to go in and drop some additional comments. Like I said, been doing some reflecting, but appreciate you getting that dialogue started. And I think this is a really good example of the kind of initiative that I think we've been kind of focused on, which is this cross committee collaboration, trying to surface insights. I know for anyone who wasn't here in the very beginning, one of the first things that we did as a group was to try and surface across all of the different AVCs where friction points were and how we could improve processes for like AVCs as a whole and not just composable. So it's nice to see us kind of come full circle there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, open sky, no problem. So for this next week, you will finalize the scope document and I will start the strategy doc so that we can lock those down and get them submitted. What is the final process for just like even just submitting the final documents? Like, is there any finality to the end of the quarter and like the process itself? Or are we kind of just like, okay, the date arrived, our documents are done? This is when I have so much empathy for anyone who would be coming in totally from the outside. Because if I don't know, they probably definitely don't know. So yeah, that's been another like big theme, at least for me, which is documentation and making it easy for people to catch up when they do join later. And yeah, Blue, like you said, I know that every AVC has their own kind of like guiding principles. And so we obviously focused on composability from the start, but I know it was like a question that came up in the first couple of weeks, which was just like, how much are we supposed to be collaborating, especially at these early stages where a lot of the decisions are not really like, we didn't have to have an outcome necessarily. It was more so, you know, revising the scope documents and stuff. So there was a lot of overlap. Okay, great. So once we put those two documents together, you will do the kind of final pass and review, and then we will submit them to Patrick. Do you know? Okay, great. Awesome. Well, then I know that's probably going to be the majority of our focus for the next week is, yeah, the end of the month is the end, right? So we have 2 more meetings. Okay, great. Do we have we started support scope open sky in the document? And if so, could you share the link? Okay, cool. So we can do that following this meeting. Would be great if anyone does have a recap or has been to other ABC meetings this week to just surface anything notable that might have slipped through the cracks. If not, no worries. Any presentations floating around that we can aggregate? Yeah. I know the goal has always been the road to joke races. I know we backtracked from external tooling slightly to get more internal engagement on some of the submissions. And I did see, actually, I think Blue, it was in your recap, but this idea for that there's a lot of different tools that are being used across AVCs. I've seen it kind of evolve over time as well. And I know people are moving outside of Discord and trying to aggregate all of it is a bit of a challenge. But I agree. I think that was the purpose, at least from the beginning, of thinking about joke races, specifically creating that data on chain and having like this external kind of like repository of information that could be used in different ways. So for example, if we ran a joke race across all of the AVCs to surface pain points or reflections from the quarter, ADs could submit not necessarily like on behalf of an AVC, but just on behalf of themselves. And then the AVCs themselves could just like analyze the information separately. Oh, great. Thank you so much. This is great. Chef's kiss. Okay, great. We love a little instruction. For aligned governance strategy and aligned scope proposals to be valid, they must be posted to the AVC's communication channels and have the hash of its contents ratified through a successful AVC decision. Okay, great. Do we have, what is a successful AVC decision? Yeah, Blue, I agree. And again, we definitely don't enforce anything on any of the other AVCs. It's more so like, I think, taking the initiative or the first step so that other people can react to it, or at least that's the approach we've taken, which was kind of like, okay, we'll run a contest, we'll surface insights from within our own AVC and knowing that there is overlap with others. And if other people see the value in contributing to that data set, they can analyze it separately if they want to, and we can use it based on our own principles. Okay, great. So then in the next week, then I think we'll have that first pass of final strategy and both documents kind of like done for everyone to review. And then the following week, we can ratify them and then make sure that they get signed before the end of the month. Assuming we can get David back in here because he has been successfully kicked out of the Maker Discord multiple times for having help in his name, which is hilarious. Yeah, I will send him the link. Don't worry. Yeah, just kind of funny. And then what's the next step after that? So we submit the documents. I guess, I mean, all of the AVCs submit the documents. And then is there already a plan for like ongoing after that? Or like, what are next steps? Okay. Cool. So we run it back. Hopefully we're twice as efficient the next time. As I ask that question, I do have the Blue, I have your reflection open again. And yeah, I agree. Even just using some more, it's funny, like it's a balance, yeah, between like adding more tools and then taking them away if and when they're not useful. So I agree, Open Sky. Goal is to get more joke races to succeed and more just general engagement. And I'd like to see more cross AVC engagement as well, to be honest. But okay, cool. Thanks, Clokey. So that'll give us, yeah, that final week. So let's aim to get the documents in this upcoming week, like as buttoned up as possible so that we can leave time for the vote, even though we have a small group. So it won't take too long. Awesome. Okay, anything else from this week that we should be aware of? Again, I think we have our kind of like marching orders for the next week and getting to the end of the quarter. And then we can do kind of a more formal reflection just from this group on what we want to see for the next quarter. But, do we have an opinion on AI usage? I actually was just reading that bullet point as well of even talking about like ChatGPT summarizing recordings. And it sounds like some people are starting to play around with it. Open Sky, where did you see David Phelps posted thoughts? Oh, yes. He does love his tweet storms. That'd be great, yeah. And there's actually maybe a little bit off topic, but there's a separate conversation in the joke race community actually about like training AI with the tool. That would be just maybe for fun to bring in, because I know that there's a little bit of cross-pollination between some of the groups in other ABCs. Okay, great, Blue. That's good feedback. So it would be helpful within the positioning docs. Okay, cool. So just adding a little bit more color maybe underneath now that we've agreed upon some of the broader definitions, just giving some concrete examples underneath those. Yeah, perfect. And again, thank you, Open Sky, for doing a lot of that legwork. Okay, awesome. Well, does anyone else have anything that they want to raise for this? Yeah, as we get towards the sprint to the end of the quarter. Otherwise, like I said, I think we have our marching orders for this next week, and we'll post the links to those documents in the Discord chat and aim to reconvene and get those wrapped up. But let me know if there's anything else. Otherwise, we are right on time. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting. Oh, cool. All right, we've got some homework to play with an AI bot. Love that. Thank you, Clokey. This is awesome. I'm going to take a look. Oh, the link isn't working? Mine's working. Okay, cool. Well, awesome. I will include this in the write-up from today in the channel so that everyone can have a chance to play around with it. Blue, I hope we get it to work for you. And yeah, message us in the chat if you need anything in the next week, but otherwise we'll reconvene next Friday, and hope everyone has a great weekend and week next week. Cool. All right. See you.